Hey, Fab Family.
What's
Welcome
up?
back to another podcast. And this is our second podcast. Can we get a... Can we get a... Thank you so much for being here. If you are watching this podcast, thank you for the support. Your support means a lot to us. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like what we're about to talk about.
It's about to get spicy.
Yes, it's about to get spicy. What are we talking about today?
Should you fake it till you make it?
Should you fake it till you make it?
How you say that in Spanish?
¿Cómo se diría eso?
Deberías aparentar hasta que
Lo
aparentes.
logres. Hasta que lo logres.
No manches.
Come on. Why is he FaceTiming me?
So we just started a podcast and Jessica forgot to silence her phone, so bear with us. We're new to this. And on this episode, we're actually live on TikTok at the Fab Family, and Jessica's live from her Instagram, which is
Jessica_Nunez_TV.
This is for the first time. We won't do this. We just wanted to bring you guys along what it takes to set up a podcast and a little behind the scenes.
So if you guys see me looking over here, it's because there's two phones right now that are live. So I'm trying to stay engaged. If anybody has any questions or any comments on the topics we're about to talk about, I want to be able to see them and actually talk about it.
Yeah. And as we mentioned before, please excuse us. We just started this podcast and our kids are here. They're in the bedroom and they should be staying in the bedroom, except we have one that just appeared on camera as soon as we started recording.
Okay, so today's topic is going to be...
Should you fake it till you make it?
Should you fake it till you make it?
I don't know. A lot of people doing that out here.
Yes. And at some point, at one point, I saw why, and I could see why some people do that. Because there's a lot of people out there who go based on image, and I feel like it still has a valid reason as to why some people fake it till they make it. Because unfortunately, we live in a society where image matters. Whether you want to accept it or not, image matters.
Especially if you're trying to be like in the influencer or creator or just even personal branding and business. I think if you don't do it, you can get left behind.
Yeah. It's sad to say because it's kind of like superficial. And there's a lot of people obviously faking it till you're making it, so you're actually not, producing money or living the lavish lifestyle that you're promoting. But what happens is it's like psychology. So what they do is they look good for you because you, the consumer, like to see this. And so I have like very mixed...
It's hard.
It depends on what we're talking about, because also, like, this can go into the field of there's certain people who live certain lifestyles that they don't actually live in private. And so I feel like it's misguiding our youth. And so it also messes up with people on a personal level, not people who are trying to be entrepreneurs or in the influencing world, but it's really affecting, I feel, our youth when it comes to the way they view themselves. And so even not just for the youth, for even us, people in their 30s and their early 20s or late 20s, it just messes up with certain people. And I feel like we need to take more accountability for our emotions, because we're very quick to say that it's because of this and that we're feeling a certain way. And, it's up to each and every one of us to be okay emotionally and to not be so gullible.
And I remember the times where it used to be like, oh, when you're 40, you'll have your house and your nice car and all that. Now with the internet, it feels like you got to be 23 and you got to have a BMW. You got to have a condo with floor to ceiling windows. If not, you're not making it. You failed if by 30 you don't have these things, and it's absolutely false. But this is what you see on social media, and there are people, young kids, who are very successful early and have these things, but the majority Us telling you from the inside, don't.
Yeah, yeah. And I could, from personal experience and my personal viewing, I could say that when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I used to have that mindset. Like, when I'm 30, I have to be set. Like, when I'm 30, I need to own a home. When I'm 30, I need to, like, have the best career. Like, I need to be set by 30. Like, I used to think of 30 as, like, such a, like, a huge number. I used to think, like, a 30-year-old was, like, super old. I mean, FYI, I'm 31 now, and I'm like, what?
But even sometimes I feel like we still talk about it like we feel that we're a little behind. But when you kind of like zoom out, as they say, and you look at the bigger picture, you're right on track. It's just, again, you're consuming so much content. Like, everywhere you go on your phone, you're consuming somebody else's life. It wasn't like this before.
And depending on what you search, your algorithm will suggest people who, you know, like for us, we're always searching up like successful people. Like, that's the stuff that motivates us. So our feed looks very luxurious all the time. But, you know, I've gotten to a point where I've understood that just because I see this on my feed all day doesn't mean that this is the normal for everybody that's my age. And it's okay to not be there yet. But I still want to be inspired by these things because it makes me keep pushing. Like, that's the kind of person that I am. I feel inspired by those posts. But at the same time, you can sort of feel like this rush to like get things done or like feel like you're behind. And everybody has their own time to get things. Like, I'm coming to that realization that there is no time for these things to get done. By the way, I see that some of you guys are writing here. Just give me a second. I will be looking at them, but, you know, I just want to get our points across and not get so distracted.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, this podcast, we're actually doing live from TikTok at the Fat Family, and Jessica's live on her Instagram.
Jessica_Nunez_TV.
We just decided to do this just so you guys see like a behind the scene of what goes down when we're recording. Remember that our podcasts go live on Mondays at 6 p.m. sharp. And we're going to be dropping them once a week. Who knows? Maybe we drop a little extra one during the week. No promises. But Monday at 6 p.m. sharp, there would be a podcast there for you. And we just wanted to bring you guys along to see the behind the scenes.
Yes. So let's see what comments we have here. So, _BeautyKills88 says, I agree with Darwin. Blind. That's bad. I agree with Darwin. People speak like life ends after 30. It doesn't. And I'm glad I dodged bullets by not settling where I was at 30. That's exactly right. I think to be 30 is not a bad thing. It's really not. It's really not. You're really young when you're 30, please.
Like, really. I mean, just think about it. The retiring age under regular circumstances is 65, and they're pushing it to, I think, 67 now. So come on, your first 30 years, you're not even, I mean, your first 20 years, you're just figuring out life. So like between 30 and 50, like if you grind, then things will come together.
Absolutely. I think my worry is more with the youth. Us 30-year-olds, like, we need to get our shit together. Like, we just need to get it together. We need to stop thinking that whatever we see on Instagram, you know, is what it is. Come on. We know algorithms are at play. We know that people are just, they're trying to make it out here, and they're going to do whatever it takes for them to look successful to you. So we need to stop being so gullible and think that everybody's life is freaking perfect. People show us what they want to show us. And they're entitled to just show you whatever they want to show you. They don't have to show you their ups and downs. They just show you whatever they want to show you. If they want to show you their downtime, that's cool too. But we need to stop being so gullible and thinking that life is perfect just because it seems perfect on social media.
It's just like they used to say, like sex sells. It's just like money sells, flashy lifestyle. I mean, if you think about it, when like rap started and hip hop and all that, that's really what sold the industry, culture in the industry, was that everybody had jewelry on, everybody had the newest cars out, so it sold, and everybody was like, okay, this is what we need to be like. And now kind of transitioned because music is so broad. Now it's more like, okay, I need to be like this influencer. There's so many people to look up to that it's not just music or reality TV. It's just now it's on your phone. You grab your phone and the first thing you open could either make or break your day. You can wake up and look at your phone and the first post you see could stress you out. If you open your phone and it says, and you're about to go to work and it says like, quit that job and become an entrepreneur or something like that, you're already in your head like, shit, I gotta go to work.
Like unconsciously, like we think that these things don't affect us, but they really do because they stay in your subconscious, if that's how you say it. So that's why it's important that we also filter out, I feel, what you're constantly looking at, because it stays ingrained in your mind, and one way or another, it affects you. So we need to be strong. This generation definitely needs to be strong mentally. But like I said, I'm not really worried about my generation, 30-year-olds, whatever. Yeah, we have some things to sort out, but we're older to where I feel like our generation had a childhood where it wasn't so like social media influence. So we know what it is like to not have social media. Now with the kids that are growing up now that all they know is social media, what worries me is that there's certain people out here who are portraying to be a certain type of person. For example, artists, let's say, rappers, whatever. Some of them portray, or even like entrepreneurs or media people, they portray to be something that they're really not, just so that they can fit in. And I feel like we need to be more stronger at people who are in the media world, who are trying to be entrepreneurs, I don't know, trying to have their own shows here on YouTube, podcasts. We need to be more of a positive inspiration to our young generation. We need to stop being followers. I feel like there's a lot of followers right now. Like, people jump on these trends because it's what everybody's doing. And even if it goes against their own values, they're jumping on the trend because everybody's doing it. And yes, we've all done it at some point. If you're in the entrepreneurial state or you're trying to be an influencer, at some point you've done it maybe. But we need to stop giving in to these things that we don't even believe in just because it's the trend.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many trends that are actually positive that people are not sharing, but you'll see some random thing going viral for no reason. Like maybe, some things make you laugh, but I feel like there's a lot of violence on social media that is not getting filtered. But then you got the people who are posting, for example, I'll give you an example. Our videos of us dancing on Instagram are getting flagged as inappropriate. We're just dancing bachata and we're getting flagged. Mind you, the things I see on social media is ridiculous. It shouldn't even be on the platform, especially if you have kids consuming it. So IG needs to do, not just IG, social media period, needs to stop promoting these things because this is what kids look at the end of the day, and adults too. So, and then they talk about, mental health is horrible. Of course it's horrible. All you pushing into people's brain is the bad that's going on in the world. How about where's all the good stuff that actually goes on?
And there's a lot. I do believe that there's a lot of good in the world. It's just that the bad is louder. Like Gary Vee says, like bad is louder. Like people are more like, ooh, by the bad. And so people share it more because it gets the views. So it just shares and shares and shares, But damn, I was going to say something, but I forgot my point.
There's definitely been opportunities where even for our personal channels that we can start doing stuff that kind of doesn't follow the guidelines, but again, it doesn't align with our brand. And just because it can make you popular or trendy just to gain a following doesn't mean we're going to jump on it.
I feel like we need to become better at that, at sticking to our core values and letting, and because it's very easy to like point the finger and like say, oh my God, society is going so wrong right now. Like, what is wrong with the youth? What is wrong with the world? Oh, there's no love in the world. But each and every one of us has part in what the world is. We make the world. We make the world what it is. And so we all have the social responsibility, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. We all have a social responsibility to be better human beings, to promote better things. None of us are perfect. But there's a time and place for everything. Yep. And the fact, it also bothers me a lot when I hear adults saying, for example, well, it is not my responsibility to raise your kids. Like, why do I have to like filter what I post on my social media? Well, that's a very selfish and irresponsible comment, in my opinion, because then we're fast to say, oh, the world is so messed up. Yet we all have a part to take in what the world becomes. Yes, sure. We might not have control of everything that happens in the world. But if you and me try to be a better person every day and we think a little more deeply before we post stuff, because, hey, there might be a child who has an Instagram page who their parent doesn't even know about. Come on, guys. Let's not even pretend like this stuff doesn't happen.
We see it.
I feel like it's so irresponsible from the adults that say this because it's so selfish. They're just thinking about their money, their gain. But what happens to the rest of the world? Like, especially celebrities. Like, you have, to me, if you're a celebrity or an entrepreneur or a public, any type of public figure, you have a social responsibility. It comes with your job. Like, it comes with it.
You signed up for it.
That's what you signed up for. So it's not that you have to be perfect. It's not that, of course, we're adults. There's certain stuff that we want to do as adults, but just to be like more mindful. I feel like we need to be more mindful of the things that we say, that we post, because at the end of the day, technology is everywhere. And I might be trying to protect my child's mind at my home, but my child goes to school. My child has friends. I can't control what they're doing in their house. So I might be trying to protect my child's mind, but then here he goes to school and he has another 8-year-old who has an iPhone. I don't give my child an iPhone because I don't think he's old enough to have one. There's too much information, on the tip of their fingers. I don't feel like he needs one. But then there's another child who has an iPhone, and here they are in school, maybe in the yard, recess time, and they have access to everything. Which
is fine. If you feel like your child should have an iPhone, maybe you want it because you want to communicate and know where they're at, that's fine. What I don't agree with is if your child is underage, you give them an iPhone and you just like, okay, do what you want. I feel like you should be monitoring it, and because there's crazy people in this world, and you just never know who they're talking to on the phone, who they're talking to on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. They could be going down the wrong rabbit hole, and maybe they're not talking to anybody, but what you start to consume on these platforms, they're going to start feeding it to you. So if they go down a rabbit hole that is something negative, all they're going to see is that negativity until they automatically switch. So if you catch it, it's easy for you to just say, hey, this is not something you should be watching. It's not for your age. It used to happen with Armani when he was on YouTube. He was watching kids that were teenagers, and he was not at that
he's not at that age.
So, we had to say, okay, you can't watch these kids. You have to watch, if you want to be on YouTube, you need to watch these kids. These are kind of align with your age, what they're doing. And that's it. If you can't agree to that, then you can't watch anything on the platform. And we still monitor everything he does. He doesn't have a phone. He won't have one for a while.
Yeah, we try to really monitor him. But again, it's kind of hard to monitor everything kids watch these days because, again, technology is everywhere. There's phones everywhere. There's tablets everywhere. Every household they go to in school, kids have phones, iPhones with high technology. They have everything in their phones. So I just feel like we need to be more mindful. So the original question was, should you fake it till you make it? And I feel like you can fake it. I mean, who's going to stop you? You can fake it. The only problem I have with the faking it stuff is the people that, let's say, fake this lifestyle or promote this lifestyle of, let's say, the streets, for example. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's cool that you're singing about, all these atrocities and stuff. Like, cool. Like, what is your song? What's your name? Yeah, and they're promoting all this stuff. And then on the back end, that person doesn't live that kind of life. And so they're promoting garbage. They're promoting garbage to our youth while they don't live like that. And they know that the path to living a happy, healthy, wealthy life isn't really that path, but yet they're promoting it because they're just thinking about their money. And, you know, I've seen a couple scenarios where there's certain people, you know, in the industry who do this, and their life isn't actually like that. You know, they believe in values, they believe in family, they believe in raising their children right. And these are the people that are putting their kids in like Catholic and private schools because they don't want their kids to associate with those that they interview. Correct. You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong. It's wrong because at the end of the day, you are living a different life, and you know that is the better path, yet you choose to promote negativity and, you know, and
what sells.
That's
the problem, that it sells. It sells the clicks.
But the reason why it sells is because we keep giving it life. We keep promoting it. It's us. It's not the thing. It's us. And I know that, you know, it's going to be very hard for that stuff to ever, you know, like go away. It's been like that for a long time.
It probably will never go away.
Right. But
it can get better.
Right. But I do feel that if we are more conscious as adults, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an influencer, if you're, you know, in the industry, I feel like if we start to be a little bit more conscious that things can get better, I feel like the world's becoming a better place is in our hands. And we need to be more mindful of that and understand that it's not just about pointing fingers. It's about us becoming better and promoting better things for the generations to come.
And also be mindful of your circle, who you allow in your circle, because your circle dictates who you will be. There's a lot of information, good information out there right now that can literally change your life and your kid's life and your kid's life if you was to act now and kind of change the way you think. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll put it down here. You see, I don't push it because it's a sensitive topic to people. Some people just say like, oh, look at this guy. He thinks he's a guru or is trying.
He thinks he knows it all.
He thinks he knows it
all.
He
ain't even got shit. He don't got nothing, and he is giving advice. But Babe just truly is a person who, when he learns something new and he feels like it's valuable information, he wants to share it with the world. Like that's just the kind of person he is. Like when he does stuff like that, it's not that he's trying to seem like the smartest guy on the block. Like he's literally genuinely wants to share the information so that everybody can start bettering themselves. Not because he's perfect. He's just trying for everybody to like jump on the same boat.
I want everybody to win. So if I see there's an opportunity, which is now to change the wealth gap, you got to take advantage because we're getting older.
Yes, we have to start taking wise decisions, making wise decisions. The world is getting so small. Wait, are you saying that you should fake it till you make it? I didn't understand that, Miguel.
You can fake it till you make it as long as you do it for the right reason. And just know when to turn it off, because if you don't turn it off, it will eventually catch up to you.
I mean, there's some people who fake it till they make it, and they're actually faking positivity.
Yeah,
they're faking positivity. So that's cool. Like, do what you got to do, you know. And at that, you're inspiring people, and you might make it. You know, you might actually make it because that's how the world works.
As long as you're not faking it and having people like damage,
right? Damaging
like selling
people.
Something to somebody that you know is definitely not gonna make it just because of your benefit and you want to make money off of it, that's not the right way to do it. But if you want to fake it and say, hey, do this, this, and that because you're going to be wealthy, that's fine.
Right. There's like many, it's not a straightforward answer.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not. You know, like do what you got to do as long as you're not hurting anybody. And again, you as the consumer, when you're scrolling, just be mindful. Like, don't take everything to heart. Don't think, oh my God, this person has like the perfect lifestyle. I want to have their life. No, you don't know what that person goes through. You're seeing a picture or a video. You don't know what their life is really like. So just relax, take a chill pill, know what you want, analyze yourself. If you're not happy with your life, what is it that's going to make you happy? Take steps to get there. Like, we've been in that situation where it's like, we know we could be better. We know but we sit down. Like
we still go through it.
Still. And we've made great progress, but we still to this day, like whenever we feel like we're stuck in a place where we don't want to be, you know, or we know that we could be doing better and we're not moving, you know, we sit down and we actually try to make a plan. What is it that we're doing wrong? What can we do better? And it's painful because, you know, growth is not easy. Like, it's just not easy. Like, if you want change, if you want to better your life, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to just do what you have to do. Now, if you're content where you are and you're just feeling like you're being depressed because you're going on your feed and everybody seems to have this lavish lifestyle and that's what's making you depressed, but in the inside, you know that it's just this stuff that you're looking at that's making you feel that way, but you know that you're happy and content where you are, stop following these people. Stop following these people. Like, just...
Or mute them. You don't have to... If you have friends that you don't align with and you don't want to see what they post, you can mute them. It doesn't tell them that you unfollow them. You just won't see their post. And
we have control. We have control. At the end of the day, you and I have control. So, you don't like where you are? Work to get better. You like where you are? Just be happy and content. And if there's anything that's bothering you, also, you need to ask yourself, if there's post that is bothering you, let's say if somebody's doing better than you, and you find yourself feeling bad because that person's doing better than you, but at the same time, you don't want what they have, you need to check yourself. Because that's also not okay. Like, I feel like that's not normal either. That sounds like envy, and, you know, envy is ugly. You need to check your heart.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think that we've said enough. Yeah. Let me see if we have any comments here. So our dear friend Christian Lai said, "Fake it till you make it, unfortunately, is a useful tool to success." So he's saying it is a useful tool to success. It is useful for some people. It is. Yeah. Like I said earlier, do what you got to do.
Just do it for the right reasons. And
right.
You'll be okay. Nobody's going to know. You're not going to know.
Sonia Vallejo, my love. She was here. She said, those are my friends. Oh, yes, baby. We your friends.
Make sure, guys, to follow us on Instagram.
Instagram, Jessica_Nunez_TV.
And mine is _Darwin.Nunez_. And make sure you join the Fab Family. Subscribe and follow us on TikTok, the Fab Family. We be lit on there.
So Beauty Kills 88 has said, when I think of fake it till you make it, it holds truth on some levels. I think of it as visualization, where I want to be long term, not faking the lifestyle, but also the part people don't speak on is it requiring putting in action. Yeah, so I see what she means. I mean, I feel like that's a different kind of faking it till you making it. She's talking more about visualization, like you picturing where you want to be in the future. And I feel like that is very, very important because you need to believe in yourself. You need to have faith in yourself.
Agreed.
Yeah, and if you have faith in yourself, you're going to achieve whatever you want. So yeah, I agree with that. But you definitely have to put in the work. Like, you can't just sit here and be like, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich.
One day, I'm over my account. I'm going to see a lot of zeros. One day that coin is going to go to the moon.
I can't just sit here and just visualize money. Like, no, people, you need to get up and work. Like, what is it that's going to take for you to get that money? What is it that's going to take for you to get to that next level? All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining. If you've come to the end of this video, you're the real MVP.
We appreciate you.
Yes, I want you guys to leave down below a comment saying what was your favorite part or your comments on the topic. And I want you guys to put a blue heart next to it so I know you stayed until the end of the video.
Subscribe, like the video, comment. It really helps, and we appreciate you. We're going to be bringing you these videos every Monday at 6 p.m.
Yes. And don't forget to leave your blue heart in the comments so I know you stood to the end of the video. We need to do something special for these guys because these are the real ones. So that is it. Thank you so much again for your support. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed and you've come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share this video, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified every time we post a video.
Thanks for repeating.
I'm tired.
Thank you, guys.